Hey, what's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here, back with another part of What If Naruto Was Turned Into a Girl. And before continuing this part, as you guys have guessed, I didn't upload the movie yesterday because it was going to be an unscripted version of the movie, but I couldn't make up the ending, so I put it on hold till Sunday. Hopefully on Sunday I will be able to complete the story, and hopefully it will be uploaded by then. So and today I'm going to be uploading political marriage next part as well alongside this one, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and without further ado, let's continue our story. They watched as the blonde was swarmed by dogs, wagging their tails and barking in greeting to a long-time friend. Anko was amazed, but more so she was happy to see a genuine smile on the blonde's face for the first time in the week since she moved in. Dogs licked and barked, and she could swear that Naruto was answering a question as she talked to each dog. Takaki does understand them. What? Anko asked, turning to Tsumi. Naruto, she understands them. Rin's gift to him. Damn it, her, Tsumi said. Anko smirked. Don't feel bad. I still do it. Hell, the brat still calls herself Hey. Tsumi watched as the older dogs calmed the younger ones. She looked around. Where's Kuramaru? She asked. Link break, Konoha General Hospital. Hinata raised her hand. The strike about to descend. I won't do that if I were you. She jumped back from Kiba's bed and looked around, not seeing anyone there. Down here, girl. Hinata looked down and under the bed, and she noticed from the first time a large dog with an eye patch. She recognized the dog as Kiba's mother dog, Kuramaru. She tried to say, you are going to remove the pup's manhood for what he did to Naruto, Kuramaru said, his head still down on his paws. He closed his eyes. Yes, she admitted, lowering her head, her chin resting on her chest. You and every female has the same idea. The pup's mother has first crack, followed by her sister, the dog answered. Truthfully, it will be Naruto that decides his fate. Hinata closed her eyes. So it's true, Naruto-kun is a female now. Yes. His scent changed, and whatever caused it is permanent, the large dog said. She will need her friends around her more than ever. Are you her friend, Hinata? She weren't surprised that the dog knew her well. I want to be more than friends with Naruto-kun, she thought. Yes, I want to be there for her. Kuramaru gave a chuckle. Then let go. Leave the pup alone. He's in for a rough time ahead. Link break. Undisclosed location. Sasuke Uchiha was not happy. His sensei, after months of giving him all he asked for, had stopped and was only working with him on his speed. I need to get stronger. Why no has he stopped? When I'm so close. He said Uchiha gave no thought to his teammates. They were beneath him now, and he was close to getting power. The mark on his neck throbbed, but his only response was to grunt and went back to the lame exercise that Hatake had left him with while he vanished. Probably went to wank off to his porn again. He thought, I will get stronger, and I will kill you, brother. Link break. Inuzuka compound. Laughter was heard. Stop! Again laughter was heard. Naruto was being slobbered on by several of the dogs. Tsunemi clapped her hands and the dogs began to back off, while the older one did. The younger ones took a nip in the side from the older dogs before complying. Naruto took a moment to gather herself and wipe off the drools from the dogs. Tsunemi walked up and handed her a towel. They missed you. The blonde shrugged and wiped herself off. They've all grown so much since the last time I've been here, Naruto said, giving some of the more energetic ones a grin. Come on, let's get you to the showroom, Tsunemi said, steering her towards what looked like a mini arena. Are you sure? Well, Kiba and I am the head of this family, pup, and Kiba is one who is on the choker chain now for his behavior. As for my deceased husband, he too has nothing further to add to this. Anko followed, not certain what to think of what was going on. Link break. Elsewhere, Sakura Haruno sighed as she walked to the streets. She had gone to Anko's apartment to check on Naruto, but found the pair out. I wonder where they went. Sensei said that today we head off. Something like that. But where are they? Sakura looked around the village and she seen some of the other participants. That Suna girl was talking Inopig's teammate Shikamaru, and I saw Hinata coming from the hospital with an Inuzuka dog. She must be seeing that bastard Kiba. She growled, remembering what that boy had done during the exams. I mean, yeah, she's her teammate, but I'd rather drive a kunai somewhere right now than be associated with someone like him. She sighed as she continued to walk. It's been a weird week. Naruto now a girl, and I'm confused about that. Sakura hugged herself as she walked. I mean, I treated her badly when she was a boy, but there's something vulnerable about Naruto now that. Shaking her head, she saw she was outside the flower shop. Might as well visit with Inopig. Not like either of us have anything else to do today. She entered. Hey Pig. Link break. Inuzuka compound. Show arena. Like what you see, Tsunemi asked. For the last half hour, many of the dogs put on displays of what they could do, commands they followed, and just basics to show off. Naruto was sitting surrounded by 3 Inuzuka house dogs. Her hands were patting one of the grey dogs, blue eyes, taking it in all. Yes, the blonde said. Anko was just behind her, shaking her head. Pick one. A dog is a dog after all. That got her look from Tsumin and Naruto and the gather's dogs. What? Anko Nate-chan. Is that like a snake is a snake? Naruto finally asked. What are you talking about? Each snake is unique and different with... She calmed and sighed. Sorry, she said, realizing what she had said. Naruto back at gathered dogs. Irukamaru, he called. A slender female dog came forward. She was like the size of a fox and her golden colored fur was soft. She's only 3, Tsuzumi warned. She hasn't learned to talk like the older ones. That's okay, Naruto said. She's from Kelala's litter. Tsuzumi sighed. Kelala had been very protective of Naruto, but she was an older dog. She passed away in winter. Naruto had been unable to visit due to Tsuzumi's husband banning him. My idiot of mate always called Naruto the fox. He never listened to the pack. All the dogs loved the boy, but that baka of a husband didn't listen. She sighed as Naruto hugged the young dog and smiled. They will be a good match. Kelala's pups share her disposition and most of them know of Naruto and love him like their alpha. Alright, you lot, she's chosen. Tsunemi called out. She watched as the dog and Naruto were forming the bond even more, as they stared into each other's eye. Irukamaru leaned in and bit Naruto on the shoulder. Anko moved as if to intervene, but Tsunemi blocked it. No, this needs to be done to form the communication bond. In time they'll share chakra. They will be empathic with one another. Anko watched as Naruto didn't make a sound and the dog pulled back and then licked the wound. Even as Naruto's healing factor healed it, leaving a pale white scar. That's never happened, Anko thought, recalling the previous attacks that had been healed. Now let's get you a collar and get her checked out. Hana, of course, will want to prescribe a diet. Irukamaru snorted as Naruto smirked. Don't worry, Iruka-chan. I'll make sure Big Bad Hana-chan don't stab you with too many needles. The golden fur dog huffed and Naruto laughed. Match set, Anko said. They both hate shots, she exclaimed and explained to Tsunumi's curious look. The pups always hate doctor visits, and Irukamaru been the same when it came to visit the vet. Both women laughed as Naruto dragged his companion towards the clinic across the compound. Irukamaru growls, getting snickers from all who saw them. Link break, Hokage's office. Are you certain? Yes, Lord Hokage. Orochimaru has been reported spying on the Uchiha, and intel shows that he plans to strike during the 3rd exam. The Hokage sighed. I'm getting too old for this, he muttered. Get me Jiraiya. Ha ha ha. Anko growled as and was answered by a returning growl from the newest addition to her apartment. Brat, if that dog... Relax, Ne-chan, said blonde craning coming out of the shower. Iruka-chan is just keeping you honest. I will not sneak around my own apartment just because your dog is prude, Anko ranted. She just doesn't think you should walk around naked, Naruto said. It's my apartment. Naruto shrugged with the towel wrapped around her and went back to her room. Why didn't you use the shower in your room? Anko called as she came out in a bathrobe which the dog didn't mind. I gave Iruka Iruka a bath last night and I needed to clean the drain out later before it can be used again, Naruto said, coming out of dress in a pair of cargo shorts and a crop tank top. The blonde had her long hair in a tank top and top knot and was carrying her belt and holsters as well as several scrolls of taps and reps. So, we're going to see how many chakra we're going to see how my chakra is and how many shadow clones I can make today, right? Sorry about the mispronunciation here because a lot of words are misprinted or miswritten. Anyways, on to our story. Anko nodded, sipping her coffee. After lunch, Jiraiya is supposed to come by and work with you as well, something the Hokage set up. Naruto frowned as she wrapped her lower legs and slipped on the new combat boots. What's wrong? Anko said. I know Jiraiya's son, but can't I work with you and Sakura-chan instead? Anko blinked. Something's wrong? No, maybe. Naruto sighed, wrapping her other leg. We're not abandoning you, Naruto, Anko said, tilting the blonde's face towards her, with a lighter finger touching her chin. But Jiraiya is a master at seals, and he taught the fourth Hokage. You can learn a lot from him. Naruto shrugged and sighed. Tell you what, Pinky and I will be there as well. Naruto nodded, then asked, how is Sakura-chan going? Well, she has such a small chakra reserve. We've been working on exercises to build that up. I've also got her working out and building her stamina and strength. Naruto nodded. She needs it as badly as I needed control exercises before the fireball bit it. How's your taijutsu coming? Anko asked. Now that I don't have to hide it, coming along better, I guess, Naruto admitted. And with my chakra control nearly perfect now, it's amazing how much chakra I don't waste anymore. I'm even able to do regular bunshins. I can't make less than 10, but it's getting better. So, Kurenai's been helping you a lot then, Naruto nodded. She's been really patient, talking about things, I guess. Naruto blushed, told the snake mistress that Naruto was still weirded out about female things. Nai-chan is cool about that. I'm glad you have someone more feminine than me to talk to. Naruto smiled to his friend and adopted big sister. Irukamaru padded into the kitchen and barked. Anko scowled and looked at the dog for a moment before there were a knock on the door. If you were so great, answer it, she told the dog, then gave her a flat look before heading back to Naruto's room. Damn dog, Anko muttered as she went to see who was at their door so early in the morning. Opening it, she saw two people she wasn't expecting. Hatake, Uchiha, she said flatly. Link break. Sakura yawned as she finished getting ready. Talking with Ino yesterday helped a lot. We do need to get Naruto out and about. She really needs to do more than hang out with Anko-sensei and train all the time. Sakura looked at her hair, which had been styled after the butchery she'd done it during the second exam. Need to get Anko-sensei, Sakura thought, seeing the time. Grabbing her weapons pouch and scrolls pouch, she also remembered her chakra weights and was out the door just as her brother woke for the day. Link break. What the hell do you want? Anko asked, blocking the opening with her body, her hand behind the door grabbing the hidden kunai. Now, Anko, there's no reason to. Kakashi began, but her barefooted kick to his masked face sent him flying backwards over the rail to the ground below. Her second kick, the Uchiha, doing the exact same thing. Get the hell out of here, Hatake. You and that shit stain with you aren't welcome here. Anko hissed like one of her summoned serpents. Kakashi groaned as he got up. Anko, please wait. I need to ask. Don't care. You dug your own grave, so lay in it. The special Jonin snarled as she sent a volley of kunai at the pair. Kakashi saw the danger and grabbed the stunned Sasuke and Sunshine away from them. They appeared across the street. Anko, please, I just need to get the fuck away from here and never bother me nor my student again, Anko said as she flipped over the rail and landed on the ground, sending more kunais at Kakashi. Link break. Sakura rounded the corner and froze. The street looked like a war zone, and then she blinked at what she was seeing. There in the middle of the street was a bathrobe which was worn by Anko and trapped in the snake hand jutsu, was none other than Kakashi Hatake, who had snakes wrapped around his face and smoke was clearing from obvious smoke bombs detonations. Sasuke was off to the side stage. Sensei? Sakura said, approaching slowly. Go to the apartments, Sakura, and wait there for me. Anko said in a very cold voice that made Sakura recall her during the start of the second exam, as she never once took her eyes off the trap Jonin. Tell Naruto to stay inside as well. I'll be up once that idiot Anbu gets back with reinforcement. Sakura paused and Anko sensed it. Move! The snake Mr. barked and Sakura made a sound and rushed up the stairs to the waiting doorway and entered, closing it behind. She looked and saw Naruto standing by the curtained window, peeking out near the edge. Morning, Sakura, the blonde greeted. Sakura was about to greet the whiskered-marked blonde teen when a low, deep growl had turned her to see a dog baring its fangs. The golden fur around the neck was on end and the collar had the leaf symbol. Irukamaru, behave, Naruto said, not looking away from the window. Sakura-chan is my friend and teammate. The dog made a huffing sound, then stepping down. Sakura's eyes widened. Let her sniff you and get your scent, Sakura. Iruka, a good girl. She just looking out for me, Naruto said, and Sakura waited as the dog sniffed her hands and legs. After what seemed like an eternity, the golden-furred dog backed away and hopped onto the couch, only to hear off the couch, Iruka-chan, you can lay on my bed only. Anko Ne-chan's rule, Naruto said again without looking. Sakura watched as the dog entered Naruto's room before moving herself. Sensei says to stay in here until she comes back. Naruto nodded, but didn't say anything. Sakura felt nervous with the silence so spoke. So Kakashi and Sasuke-kun showed up. What did they want? Naruto shrugged. Anko Ne-chan didn't give Kakashi a chance to speak up. The blonde said softly, her blue eyes dulled. Bastard can't just leave it alone. I finally have someone teaching me something, and he brings the Uchiha to get the attention again. Sakura felt for her friend. Over the week she had really thought about the dynamics of Team 7, and without Sasuke around, she really thought about her ninja career as Anko drilled her into the ground with training to get her up to the par. Sensei is dealing with it. Now come over to the couch and tell me about the dog and how your day went off. Sakura said, and Naruto finally turned from the window. And what's the top knot? Sakura asked. Eh? Naruto looked perplexed and Sakura gestured to the top of her head. Oh, well, it keeps it out of the way. Anko Ne-chan and Kurenai Sensei said I can't cut it to what I had when you were a boy. Sakura thought and patted her friend's hand. You have to admit that style wouldn't fit you now. Sakura said, not honored. Tizumi, Kiba's mom, who I knew for several years before the academy came and offered me a companion. She figured with the fox gone, Naruto boasted. I was given a mark by an Inizuka a long time ago. It means I'm a pack friend in the simplest form, Naruto said and looked up when Urukamaru put her head in her lap. Naruto smiled as her fingers stroked the dog's fur. Sakura knew there was more than that, but couldn't tell that it hurt Naruto to remember past events. It's like damn it, she doesn't have happy memories of, or if she does, they are connected to painful ones. The pink-haired girl looked at the blonde. Changing the subject, Sakura asked, so you're training, how is that going? Naruto smiled. Getting used to my real style now. That I'm not hiding and I don't have to worry about the fox. Anko Ne-chan wants to see my chakra control and how my Kage Bunshin I can do. And other stuff, you know. They were interrupted by an explosion from the streets. Both teens and dogs rushed to the door to see Sasuke standing over Anko with a feral grin, her back smoking from the obvious cut-on attack. Kakashi was sitting up shaking the cobwebs from his head. Bastards! Naruto yelled as he leapt from the balcony and shouted, Mass Shadow Clone Jutsu! Kakashi winced as it rained over 1,000 Narutos upon him and Sasuke, who was blasted by Naruto with a spinning back kick and sent flying through a vendor cart and into a stand which collapsed atop of him, a melon splitting open upon his head. Kakashi himself was buried and pummeled. Even fighting back, he was overwhelmed by sheer numbers. Hey Bakak Sensei. Here's a farewell present, Naruto voice said as Kakashi wondered what it was when he heard Konoha's secret technique. 1,000 years of death. Kakashi's eyes widened 1 second before he was launched into the air, where he was nabbed in an Anbu capture net. Naruto turned to see an Anbu grabbing Sasuke with a medic nin was turning to Anko. Sakura looked on from the door of Anko's apartment with Irukamaru. Naruto looked up and Sakura shook her head. I think you have no trouble making shadow clones, Sakura said, and then the blondes around the street grinned at her, and Sakura felt it was endearing. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this part of, guys. I hope you like this one, and if you do, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And this is Apollo Uchiha, and I am signing out. Peace.